Oh, I have the same camera. Oh, no, I don't.
Hello, my name's Daniel G. Wilson. This is DGAW Spotlight. Today on Spotlight, I'll be talking to Worst Gift.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Great. How are you?
Excellent. All right. Now, I'd like to start off this interview by asking you guys, why are your albums so expensive? I try to buy one and like.
Okay, you can get it on tape for $5 right now with the digital download, but because the record is coming out soon, we decided to make the digital not available. And Bandcamp, you can't just stream things, or we haven't figured out how to do it. So we just made it as stupid a price as we could think.
Yeah.
And basically no one would buy it. So that kind of appeases labels and stuff who have interest in the record.
But
yeah, it's kind of a label thing too, so we have to. We can't like sell it digitally on its own.
I think I could have sworn on one of your albums, someone actually bought it.
No,
we would have definitely known about something.
Yeah, someone bought the single. You can buy one song off of it for $1.
Yeah.
Ah.
And that's like a charitable donation too.
It just goes to like an indigenous rights group.
Ah, right on.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. Yeah, when I first saw you guys, I like $1,000.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say, "Yeah, it pretty much takes off the next 5 questions."
Okay, now ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ton. Yeah, I know some of you guys were in Ton before, an older Mississauga band from the 2000s era Mississauga. In brief, describe your time in Ton and looking back on it and how it kind of shaped how you are today musically.
If you want,
Ton was an interesting time period.
if you want like 3 words, it'd be weed, McDonald's, and
Beer
and poor finance.
No.
Drinks.
Oh, and energy drinks. Yeah.
2 words, it would be touch up.
Yeah, touch up.
Ton would be touch up. That was like if you shoved 4 Tauruses who should never really be in a band together in, not to sound like too new age, but like.
You guys were all Tauruses?
Yeah.
All of us were born in May.
And it was like.
Yeah, sure.
I just feel like whenever the 4 of us are in a room together, it's just a disaster.
Well, the
In
thing
a good
is,
way.
In a good way, but not like I think musically we just had very different ambitions in the end.
But that was good for the amount of time that we were together and for what we put out.
Exactly. But
Very cool. Very cool. Ton also has an album that is like, I think, $500 on Bandcamp as well, so that's just disappointing.
Yeah, that was another thing that we couldn't figure out how to just make download only.
yeah, we're just very bad with technology, so we just make everything egregious prices.
Yeah, we had this awful website with just like, it was just like bright blue and red with diamond GIFs all over it. Like, it was awful. Sparkly text.
I think we should really make that album free now, though. I mean,
we should.
Yeah.
We only put it up for a reunion that we played, really.
Yeah.
And we were like, who's gonna want to download this? No one.
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you, but.
Yeah, if we can find them. Because we also don't know where the MPs are.
I have National Wizards of the Century, and I have downloads for the split.
Okay, well that's everything. So.
Awesome. Daryl, you suck.
Yeah.
Why do you suck?
I'm not the person to answer this one.
Why does Daryl suck, Suze?
I'm the one to answer that? Okay, well that song also was like parentheses, fuck you guys, don't call it that. I think it was just a joke. It was like while we were writing that song, Daryl probably said something stupid. And not like super stupid, but it probably ended up in us all chanting like, Daryl sucks, Daryl sucks.
That's also my favorite Ton song. I always like Daryl Sucks. It's a really good song. Like a great song.
It's just an era of playing really juvenile pranks on Daryl too, though.
Yeah.
Like
slew of them.
the whole era of like our like for example, like we would jam at Daryl's parents' house, and our code word or our code phrase for going to smoke weed was "Let's do meth," and that got us into a whole heap of trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
right? It's great. I love it.
So when a parent
And
hears
black
the word
hair.
meth thrown around enough, they get a little bit
Basically, there was one night I came home and my mom took me aside and asked me like how long I've been doing meth for. Yeah, and I had to have a really serious conversation about it. Like, I had to like talk her down from believing that I did meth because I was like, I'm not actually doing meth. We're just smoking weed.
But it was the
her
best
reaction?
because
Oh
the
my
night
God.
that she was worried about about it, we weren't even like drinking beer or smoking weed at all. Like no.
Yeah, I was completely sober.
We were just like playing video games and drinking A&W root beer at Franktown, the bass player's house. And she kept calling my phone like 11 p.m. midnight. Being like, is Daryl there?
Oh god.
Yeah, you guys. Actually, I remember leaving because you guys were like, I think you need to go home. I was
Okay. What is the worst gift you have ever received?
Oh, this is a good.
What was that record you gave me?
the Burton Cummings.
I got a Burton
Dream of a
Cumming
Boy.
records from Daryl, and it's just sitting in a corner tucked away in our jam space because I'm never going to bring it home.
It has like
Ever.
it has like a naked boy on the front and naked Burton Cummings on the back.
Oh god.
It's also called Dream of a Boy.
Yeah, and it's called Dream of a Boy. So
We have a habit of giving each other actual words.
the '80s were a weird time.
But
Yes.
there was also
Oh, the
when
cigarette.
some of our buddies in Quebec, Albatross, they gave us. They thought they were giving us a worse gift, and they left a copy of Purple Rain, like a vinyl copy of Purple
That's
Rain,
amazing.
on our driver's seat. And we were like, "Who is this angel? He's given us like one of the best albums of all time." And they said, "Ha, that's your worst gift." And it was like, "I'm keeping that shit. That one's in my house. I claim that one."
And you,
Coincidence being that we had watched Purple Rain earlier that week.
yeah, you guys in Quebec don't know how to fucking give worse gifts because this is awesome.
That was the best worst gift ever.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, talk is cheap. One of the lyrics of you guys' songs is called Talk. It features the lyric "Talk is cheap." Why is talk so cheap, in your opinions?
Which song has Talk is Cheap in? I'm trying to remember.
When you say talk is cheap,
It's not one of mine.
I'm trying to think. What song is that in? Reasonable Hill Superior. No,
Mountain,
Superior.
Reasonable Hill.
Yeah.
no, Superior Hill, reasonable.
Yeah, Superior Hill, Reasonable Mountain.
Get it right.
Who wrote the lyrics for that one?
That was me.
Okay, so Daryl.
I'm just trying to remember, like, what is it? Bury me underneath tendencies of talking cheap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Shit,
it.
We should have really remembered that one.
Yeah,
God damn
that's,
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I sing that.
we all
We
do.
all
I
sing
know,
that.
but I.
Oh, but you sing
Yeah.
it, we're shouting, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, like, it just basically, like, the song is about, people, I guess, kind of creating fantasies and talking themselves up a bunch, but not really, like, basically not really being able to put their money where their mouth is, and I find, I've just dealt with a lot of people in my life who talk a much bigger game than they can deliver, so it's literally just that, like, talk is very cheap from a lot of people who are very, like, misingenuine.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, more or less.
Very cool.
I also listen to a lot of hip hop, so I guess like I think like I'm really into that kind of like concept of songwriting where it's like, well, you talk a big game, but
Getting to use the lyric in one of our new songs, "We Got the Right to Rock the Mic," is also another thing.
yeah,
Nice.
we have an upcoming song that's gonna have that line in there.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you guys. Now, this is a ton question. It's two questions in one. Ton toured the States in 2008, 2009, and you guys were getting free shit at Taco Bell. Explain how this works.
That's worse.
No, that's actually worse gift. We weren't getting free shit in time.
No, yeah, we keep getting free stuff. Like, the first 3 or 4 times we walked into a Taco Bell in America is worst gift. Like, the first time was in Ann Arbor, and the woman was really short-staffed, and she got weirded out about my chip card and just gave me my meal for free.
chip card?
My like debit card,
Oh.
yeah, with a chip on it. Instead of like, I think she ran it through as like a credit card first or something. And instead of correcting it, she was just like, whatever, here's a bunch of free shit. And then she felt bad and served us dessert at the table. And then the next weekend we got free lemonades because they were just testing out.
Yeah, they were
lemonade.
trying out lemonade.
Nah, it's because I rang the bell. They have a bell
Yeah.
that says if we've done a good job, ring the bell as you leave. And mostly people are assholes with it.
Oh
But I
God.
just rang it a little bit, said thank you, and I went outside for a smoke, and then they're coming out with fucking free lemonades, and I'm like, where's mine?
But they told us that it was because they were trying out a new
Yeah.
lemonade.
Well,
Also,
maybe
weren't
it was
quite
also that
frozen
they just
yet.
wanted me to get the hell out of there. They were like, okay, that guy's gone, here you go.
Oh God.
they wanted all of us to leave, so that's why they gave us the lemonade to like get us out of there. I'd also like to point out we turned those lemonades into some really shitty, awesome shandies. Taco Bell lemonade freezy goes really well with Jenny.
Genesee?
Yeah, Genesee, regular or ice.
Nice.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's a hot tip.
Patent it.
But yeah, somehow if
Called the
it like,
Van Shandy.
I guess just a lot of Taco Bells are fucking up. So go to one that looks like it's fucking up, and you'll probably get something for free.
Yeah, it's great. So every time we're at a Taco, well, every time we're anywhere, we go to a Taco Bell. Not in
Yeah,
Canada. Not in Canada.
it's the only place to eat for like $2.
Yeah, we fuck with a lot of American Taco Bell.
Yeah, like
You
we.
spend like $2.38, and you're like,
You're eating in the van after that.
oh god.
I'm pretty sure whenever we get off the road, like the first couple days off the road, I'm just pushing slime out of my body. Like there's just like everything
That also
is.
depends on what you eat there. You can't eat meat there still.
I know. I keep forgetting to ask for like beans and
Yeah,
potatoes
I know
sometimes.
you do.
I got like so many of the what are those things? The devil wraps? Is that what they're
Diablo
called?
griller.
Yeah, the Diablo griller. Oh, it's so good. But like, if you don't ask for beans, they won't give you beans, and then you eat it, the beef one, and it's so bad.
Oh God.
And it's like the beef is just terrible. Don't make sure to ask for the beans.
It's not even beef, it's beef.
Man, we should get some advertising money for this this question of the portion.
Now we know we're in America because we're at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, Daryl. Top Gear.
Top Gear.
You like Top Gear?
I have, although to be fair, I haven't watched it since like season.
Are you saying you don't like Top Gear?
I haven't watched it in a few seasons, and now the show's out, like they kicked Jeremy Clarkson out, right? Because he was.
Oh, well, fuck that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Jeremy Clarkson said some fucked up shit the time he was on top.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he really did.
Yes, he
Hey,
did.
even I don't disagree with that. Is that your question?
Yeah. Why did you like Top Gear?
Because it's like the adventures are so fun.
I just wish it was about shoes instead of cars.
Yeah.
Why would it be about shoes?
Yes.
It's called Top Gear.
I like gear.
The shoes are
Yeah.
cooler than
Gear,
cars.
like clothes.
Duh.
Gear.
Well, then it should
Dude.
just be about all clothes, not just shoes. Then you would just call it Top Shoes.
Shoes are the only clothes.
I like it.
Shoes are the real clothes.
How you gonna close your feet?
Top Gear, I don't know. I got introduced to Top Gear from like a friend. I was in a folk band at the time,
Joel.
and my buddy Joel turned me on to it. And yeah, I just really like the adventure episodes and stuff like that. And then like, I don't know. I actually stopped. I stopped watching it like long before like Worskip even really got started. Actually, like I haven't paid attention in a minute now.
It's vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage,
Vintage, mate.
vintage Top Gear.
In Daryl's mind.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have a very interesting sound. I've noticed also that you don't have a bass player, but even so, like you guys have this. It's very bass heavy. I found, yet no bass player. And at the same time, it's also very confrontational yet rhythmic. I like your sound. But I have to ask, how did you guys develop this intense, no bass but bass heavy sound? That's kind of hard to describe, really.
This is a
Can't
Tim and
find
Sue's
it.
question.
When you can't find a bass player,
Actually,
just compensate.
one of our biggest problems was all the bass players we knew were too good. So, like, we couldn't get them to play simply enough
Yeah, it's kind of one of them.
to just, like, everyone we jammed with, like, it just sounded so muddy that we were like, you just won't do the bass player thing.
I feel like even after we started playing shows, there were a few months where we were like trying to kind of round it out, but I think we always knew in our hearts that we were a three-piece.
It helps
And we're all
that
red-haired, so we didn't really want to disrupt that.
Yeah.
we play through a lot of bass amps too. That always helps with the low end. I don't know. It's just
And really no effects, so that the signal doesn't really get cut.
it's full. Like you don't need to fill it up with all these. Like you don't need something bringing the high end, bring the low end. Like you
Yeah.
can set it all up so that we both sort of bring everything at the same time, and it just kind of layers up. And
Oh.
And even today, we're playing through the same amp. Like, we do that
Yeah.
a lot of the time. Like, not the same amp, but the same model. We both play through mono
Nice.
a lot of the time, but we still have a way of making them sound different.
Also,
Nice.
being a 3-piece is so much easier than being a 4-piece. We can vote on things pretty much instantaneously.
is that Ace of Spades?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
If you like the game ball, I tell you I'm a man.
All right. Now,
Still alive. Goddamn.
now, you guys, I do have another question. I believe you guys are also familiar with a man called David Norman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's helping put out a record.
Normie.
Love Normie.
Normie, yeah.
Normie's the fucking man.
Got to play with his band the other week in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Got to stand in judgment of David Norman playing
Yeah.
a set as opposed to David Norman standing in front of
all.
me and being like, "Yeah, that was pretty good. It was alright."
Did I tell you when like Susan and I were hanging out with him in that like rental car?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, Dave, look at you renting a car to come to Toronto. That's pretty adult." And he was just like kind of paused. He was like, "I also have a child." He's like, "I think that trumps having a rental car."
As is the way it goes, David Norman wins.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So sorry, what's the question about David Norman?
No, just David Norman. Your thoughts about him, your acquaintance, or your
He's a really
friends
sweet
with him. I
dude.
mean,
Love him.
He's amazing. Yeah, I don't know what else. He's actually kind of a gem of a human
So
being.
supportive
Yeah,
of us the entire time we've been a band.
and his like, just I think just like his efforts kind of speak for himself too. You know, like the entirety of his discography. Like I feel like
Oh yeah, he's put out so much good
Like his
stuff. Black
distro,
Love.
his blog, everything. Like
Black Love,
he's
though,
really,
on Ziegler Beach.
he's holding it down. He's really into music, and it's not enough for him to just be, I'm really into music and listening to music, and he wants everyone, like all the things that he enjoys and just thinks are beautiful. He wants everyone else to see him too, and that's fucking sweet.
He told me like he hadn't listened to the Ton record that we have, and it's because he hadn't gotten around to writing up like a thing for it and putting it on the distro because we gave him a bunch of copies. And I was just like, "Oh, you haven't listened to it yet?" And he's like, "No, I like to get inspired by it and listen to it and like write about it and like I don't know." It's just like there's nothing on his distro that he doesn't listen to or fully support.
yeah. I also really like. I really like the idea that like Dave does so much stuff in Europe. Like I feel like he's just destined to go over to a screamo show there and be like, "Oh, I'm Dave Norman. I run Ziegler Beach," and there will just be like a throne ready for him that they will
Start
just
praising
he,
him.
he can watch the whole set just from it, like in between songs and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Yes, good effort. Yes.
now, okay then, guys, I have to ask you, Animal Faces.
Good buds.
You guys have history with Animal Faces. They are a band who also has some history in the 2000 Mississauga scene. Tell me about Animal Faces and your guys' relationship with
I've
them.
known Ryan since he was like 14.
Yeah.
Been buds for a long time.
Yeah, I played in Ryan's first like band. Like he played bass for this like Converge sounding kind of band I was in for a second called Multicano. And then he did Soft Floors, which is like pre-Animal Faces.
But like, I don't know, Animal Faces also like when he was 14 or 15, like over MSN Messenger, he would send me like these keyboard and guitar tracks that were like titled as Animal Faces.
Nice.
And it's just weird because he's kept the name for so long and he's been working on this idea for forever since then, and it's just changed so much since then. Like it doesn't sound at all like anything he was doing before, but it's like I feel like he used that as an outlet for him to practice drumming and guitars and playing keyboards and singing, and he just ended up doing what he does now. And he's like, I know he's like a big force behind most of that songwriting process. Like he I don't know.
His moods kind of dictate how much of a band that band is. They
I
go
wouldn't
in there.
want to say something like that. But
It's kind of.
I wouldn't want to say something like that. But he's definitely like the major impetus behind that band, and he's driven it to be what it is, and he's like the dude who's been there the whole time, and it's his baby, and he's taking care of business.
What a wonderful baby it is.
It's great. I'm so happy to have gotten to witness it change and grow.
Nice. All right. Now, what is the weirdest show you guys have ever done? I mean, the weirdest show.
In terms of what?
Like anything. Like it could be everyone starts stripping naked, or people start throwing around socks, or the recent show we were just at, where a guy in the mosh pit was hitting people with a sock.
That Rick and Morty show in St. Louis was
that
pretty
was
weird.
so
That
It was pretty weird.
Pretty
It was a girl's birthday party, and she was really into Rick and Morty,
Oh,
which is understandable. I really like that shit too. But we played with just like this noise band, and then
Called piss machines.
and then we played for like 4 or 5 people without a PA, because we spent probably a half hour, 45 minutes trying to make the PA work, and it just wasn't happening, so we just said fuck it and played. And I remember the girl whose birthday it was there was like a beanbag throwing thing, and she was just passed out underneath it when I was leaving at the end of the night. It's
Oh,
like,
God.
I hope you had a really great birthday. Thanks for having us. And I think she just went, and kind of moved like that. And then I was like, I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
And also, they were cleaning up while listening. Actually, this was actually one of the cooler things that happened tonight. They were cleaning up while listening to Fetty Wap, but they were like,
And the guy was dancing with his broom.
Yeah.
Just, like totally.
he was
Hanging with me.
he was styling that cleanup.
was.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a little dance.
Yeah, and but it was just weird being in a bar, and no one knew how to work the PA. Like, they were like, oh man, I don't know, I just work here. And it's like, but if you work here, like, you know? It seems like that would be a normal part of your job, is, you know, how the PA works.
Yeah.
Most of the typical weird things you'd see at a show is not weird at all to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Weirder things happen before or after.
Someone hitting someone with a sock in a mosh pit, it's
Versus getting.
it's
honey.
original. I'll give them that. Like, it's very original, but I don't know if it's something where I think that's really weird.
That's the thing. It's not as weird as getting honey potted into losing at Sega Risk to fucking Ian.
Yeah,
Kansas
fucking-
City. God damn.
That wasn't a show though, but that was
That was
very.
before a show, but that was
Yep.
weird as hell.
or, when we were in Taunton, and after we played that show in Kentucky, that dude sold us, like, a gram of weed.
No, he
but-
gave it to us for free
Yeah.
because he wanted to sell us weed, but we were too broke.
Yeah, and he had, like, but he gave us he had a business card, and it was for, like, his barbecue sauce business that he did as
The
well.
other side was T-Aid.
Yeah.
He
So-
was the best.
Yeah, he was, what was
He
his
took-
name?
Dupree. He
Dupree. Yeah.
He totally took, like had mercy on our poor souls.
And we also swam in a pool that had a pirate ship in the middle of
Oh.
it that night.
Squishy pirate ship.
Yeah.
That was our first bath in like a week.
Yeah, and we were brought there by a bunch of people who wanted to swim there, and then we were the only people who actually did it.
Yeah, they were just like, we're gonna go play basketball.
Yeah, we were like, fuck that.
Now those are weird. Those are some weird events.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
it-
played basketball for a second, but then it got sweaty. We had to go to the pool.
They didn't even want to play, like, real basketball. They just wanted to play 21. That was
Now
I don't know, like, weird stuff always happens around shows. It doesn't really happen too much at the show itself.
Oh, except for that guy who hoisted my monoblock over his head.
Oh, in Hamilton?
In Hamilton?
Yeah, and we got, like, I got in his face about that, and that was,
He looks so disappointed after.
Or at the Ken Mode show when that guy wouldn't stop. That was in Hamilton again, and I almost got in a fight because, like, this guy wouldn't stop talking during, like, there was a comedian playing right before Ken Mode, and he just wouldn't stop shouting Ken Mode, so I basically turned it to him, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Is it the guy in the black hat?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was, like, Ken Mode's #1 fan. I've never seen a guy so
love
into
the hell out of that
anything.
band.
Yeah, I've never, like, I haven't even seen people who like cancer research as much as this guy like Ken mode. Like it was insane.
You know, he had his shorts on, he had his hat on, he was ready to party.
Man, he like walked out of a time capsule from like 2002.
Yeah, I swear I've
like
seen
he
him at a
like
terror show
man,
before.
yeah, like his jeans were just that much like tighter. He was wearing those like Adidas that were really popular with all those throwdown guys and everything. Like, yeah, he was precious.
Oh yeah, Shelto.
Yeah,
Dude, I saw someone in Jinko jeans today.
What?
Oh god.
Fuck.
On my walk
Everything,
to the gym.
everything's just coming around like full pendulum here, man. You know?
Yo, good answer to the question.
Yeah.
Really good answer to the question.
My final question for you guys is, what are your plans for the future? What next can we expect from Worst Gift?
Daryl's got a good handle on this.
So for the moment, actually, we are actually going to spend some time writing and working on some new releases. We have some like tours stuff planned right now that we can't get like too much into at the moment, but like we're working on doing a lot of
Overseas.
hopefully some overseas stuff, but we're working on like writing and recording, and I think what we're gonna actually do with all of that is still even a little bit up in the air, so it's hard to say. But just like you know, the LP's coming out in the new year, and we're gonna be doing a small series of shows that, you know, it's like it's taken so long for Shitty Loser Riffs to come out that I think at this point, rather than having just a release show and letting it be that, we're gonna have like a couple shows, and they're gonna be devoted to the friends we've made over the process of writing, recording, and releasing Shitty Loser Riffs on vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty much our plans in the immediate.
We know we're gonna ask Terry Green to do one of them.
Yeah.
Nice. Very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Do you have any final words to the people?
Smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah.
Rich or cry trying.
Yeah. Don't start a band. You'll get really broke.
Unless you wanna not do anything else in your life, don't play music.
Go to school, but like school's also kind of shitty, so I guess I don't
What's a good Spinal Tap quote?
know.
Have a good time. All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the quote. Have a good.
Savage.
Yeah.
He was the keyboardist.
He was?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for an awesome interview.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Take care.
Bye.